Hey JSC, by now you all probably know that Jason Reynolds, the author of all of these books, chose Neosho schools as part of his 2021 spring virtual tour. This is a huge freaking deal for us because we are one of only 8 schools that he chose from hundreds of proposals for his national ambassador tour. If you watched his interview before this, you know that Jason says if he's going to say he loves kids, then he has to love all kids. And so he's focusing on rural schools for this. That's us. You know what that means. Feel free to start hashtagging Jason loves JSC. In addition to the virtual meeting, all JSC students are receiving 2 free Jason Reynolds books. The first one coming from his publisher is Look Both Ways. And I don't know if they will be signed or not. Let's just cross our fingers. That would be really awesome. They have not said for sure. And the second one, Mr. Sheffield is going to purchase the school. JSC is purchasing Long Way Down for each of you. We're going to do a full school read aloud of Long Way Down. So if you have already read this book, you've done a really good job so far of not spoiling that ending, not telling too much about the book, but getting each other excited for it. So keep that up. No spoilers. Anyway, you have been asking about the details of the visit, so here you go. This is going to take place Wednesday, April 7th at 1 p.m. It'll be about 45 minutes to an hour. So make sure that you cancel those doctor's appointments, move those around, set 3 alarms, make sure you get here. I will be on screen with 2 student ambassadors chosen beforehand. Those people will be talking with Jason. Everyone else will be watching as an audience member. Student ambassadors will be tasked with being on camera, asking several questions of Jason's and answering any questions he has for you. He might ask you things about your school, about your interests, your passions, hobbies, or your life. You will need to represent yourself, your peers, and your school well, while also being authentic and being yourself. Be who you really are. Who would make a great student ambassador? We want students who are familiar with and passionate about Jason's work. This does not mean that you have to have read every book and watched every interview. However, you should be, again, familiar with him. You should care about what he writes, what he stands for. You should also be willing and excited, not just willing, but excited about interviewing Jason and about being on camera in front of your entire school. This includes NHS and the junior high. They're all going to be watching. So someone who is ready for that, and with practice, even if you want to practice role playing with me or with other students, could be excited and confident on camera. Not necessarily an A+ student. What that means is remember that Jason was not the model student, quote unquote. He didn't read his first book until he was 17, so he's not necessarily looking for someone who is the typical perfect or model student for that. Although A students are not out of the question, anyone can apply. Hang with me, I'm almost done. There is a link to a Google form and application on Team Tuesday. Get those in quickly. They are due next Wednesday, the 24th. That is a hard due date. We must get your names and get some paperwork to Jason and his team by the 31st. So the 24th, make sure you get that turned into action. Guys, I really want to stress that if you are seriously interested in this, you need to spend some time and some focus and do an excellent job on your application. Talk to us if you need some help, because not only are JSC students applying, NHS students are applying also. So if you want to be chosen, show us that on your application. And finally, we would like all students who have questions for Jason to submit those on Team Tuesday. There is a Google form linked there as well. Underneath the application, we're going to compile the questions and choose the best ones. There is no hard deadline for those questions just yet, but go ahead and start getting those in as you think of them. All right, that was a lot of information. Thank you for hanging with me. I think that's all I've got for you. If you have questions, see me or see Ms. Fry, especially if you need help with those applications. We want to pick you. We want you to do amazing. We want you to have this opportunity. This should be great. Thanks, guys.